I can make you rich. I'm nothing like those other motherfuckers. I can make you rich. I can make you rich, baby. I can make you that. I can take you there, but baby, you won't make it back. I'm nothing like those other motherfuckers. I can make you rich. I can make you rich, baby. I can make you that. I can take you there, but baby, you won't make it back. Alright. What is up, internet? Internet. Fuck is good, guys. My name is Corbin V. King, and today we are bullshitting. So, we have gone through a major advancement in the world event trading space. We have distilled our focus. We understand what our edge is in the market. We understand what separates us. Oh yeah, Eli. What's good, G? Yeah, the website has taken a small change. The other design is still in place. This is just a waitlist wall in front of the site. The reason for that is I reworked a lot of the logic and understanding of what world event trading is in the space. So what that entailed was a redesign so that we could better communicate what world event trading is. And that is the independent index data and media company built on top of prediction markets. The entire idea is we are allowing the platform for people to turn their perspective into a portfolio. So it's actually pretty cool, pretty unique, pretty cool, pretty fun. As you can see here would be my unique worldview hash, and the worldview is comprised of a small informational grepping of an individual's perspectives on the world and outlook on the world. What do you think is happening next? How strongly do you agree? X, Y, and Z, right? Once we get this information from the individual, we start to build this worldview model of the individual that is custom to them, to their answers, to what they believe on culture, climate, macro and finance, things of that nature. And then from there, we can understand what indexes best reflect that person's worldview. And so, once we have that worldview, as you can see here, we can see the recommended indexes that correlate with the person's perspectives. Why is it recommended? The recommended percentage and things of that nature. So, yeah. But right now, in its current form, I will say the indices feature is pretty underbaked. The portfolio feature is underbaked. The event dashboard is pretty mature, given just...
Very cool.
Right? Thanks, dude. But so, what this allows people to do is... here, I'll do this. We'll start a new... what this allows people to do is... we can see and itemize different worldviews given the different character. Like, this worldview is held by a founder in Lagos, right? He's going to have a different perspective in relation to a climate researcher in Lisbon. They're going to have different worldviews, different opinions, different outlook on the future. And what's beautiful is we'll be able to actually see what character matrix produces the best worldview, in the best is deemed by profitability, right? Because we have the indexes from all different venues that World Event Trading organizes fragmented prediction markets across all venues into indexes representing individual views of the future. So these indexes at the top, right? Culture, heat, equity, greed and fear, the AI race, Washington, like things of that nature. These are the indexes that represent individual views of the future, which are compilations of multiple individual markets across all individual venues, which is multiple layers deep in the prediction market stack, but it makes sense. So we are the neutral place where people turn their beliefs into trackable portfolios. and where the relationship between the worldview and outcome becomes measurable for the first time, which is honestly pretty unique, right? If we like to start talking about it, because every single person has an opinion. Every single person has a perspective of what the future may hold, given if they are educated or not educated. There are specialists out in the world with perspectives, and then there are generalists out in the world with perspectives. No matter what, each individual has a worldview in their mind. What prediction markets allow now that has never been allowed before is the actual financial opportunity behind your perspective, given the fact that real world events can now be wrapped into financial instruments, peer-to-peer financial instruments. So if you have a belief that fades the majority of the probability that a certain event is priced at on the peer-to-peer venue, whether that's Polymarket, Kalshi, Gemini, or X, Y, and Z, then you can profit off of your specialist knowledge. And what world event trading is aiming to do is consolidate that worldview and not have you rigorously navigate each individual market, but rather consolidate your worldview into a worldview matrix so that you can be everywhere in the market across all venues simultaneously, and your worldview is a profitable portfolio in and of itself. So the more we can understand your worldview and your perspectives, how much you agree, and how they evolve and things of that nature, the better we can connect you to the indexes that reflect that worldview. Nice room. Thanks, dude. Mr. Worldwide. Yeah, this is my living room. Yeah, but that is the whole idea behind world event trading. It's we are a data company. We are a financial instrument. We're financial tech. But yes, it is a pretty good edge. And what I will say, which is pretty exciting, is if you go on Google right now, right? If you go on Google and you Google world event trading, we often pop up. Which is pretty cool. See, they cite us. They cite us. Like if I just keep refreshing, like the AI thing. It's pretty crazy. That the AI.
Me no speak English.
Me no speak English. ¿Tú hablas español? Me hablo un poquito español. Mi familia habla español muy bien. Mucho gusto, ¿eh? ¿Tú hablas español? ¿Tú hablo español? Yo hablo un poquito español. Mi amo es Corbin. I don't know how to say I'm building world event trading. Yo hablo un poquito español. ¿Tú hablas español? Okay. Awesome. But so yeah, so the whole idea is it's pretty cool. We rank really high on the search engine for the phrase world event trading, which is an extremely profitable position to be in. And we also own the dopest domain in all of the space, which is also a pretty dope position to be in. Where I am looking to go now, and the reason that I'm reframing and getting a concise understanding of what world event trading is because we are looking to raise money to bring this idea fully into fruition. Because yes, I am positioned well, X, Y, and Z, but what I'm looking to do now is start the marketing behind the platform and build hype and build a wait list of people to show genuine interest in this product, which is realistically the biggest thing, and which is something that I have not been able to do in all of my life, if I'm being completely honest. That's not exactly true. I used to be a musician, and I was able to garner a lot of hype and excitement around a musical project that hit 100,000 streams. It was my first musical project, and I somehow got 100,000 people to listen to the music. So what I'm trying to do is translate those skills into a tech product where I will be building a marketing system pipeline that allows me to be consistent at the capacity that my energy, my time, and my money allows, but also garnering the most attention possible. And I want to have a wait list to be able to show venture capitalists the true want for this product outside of the necessity of the product that the 5cc CFT doctrine instates with these second layer prediction market use cases and things of that nature. I'm just trying to have all fronts covered so that we can raise venture capitalist money so that way we have the resources to really bring this idea to fruition and execute it to the best of its ability. Because that is really truthfully the only constraint with the company is resources. I believe wholeheartedly the vision that I am steamrolling into the world is absolutely inevitable, and it has been inevitable since the inception of prediction markets being an understanding in my mind. I've been aware of prediction markets for around, I want to say, 2.5 to 3 years now, which is not that long, but it's pretty fucking long when you think of how much they've blown up in the last year to year and a half. So around 2 years ago, I bought the domain World Event Trading. As for I saw that phrase was what encapsulated what the prediction market space was bringing to reality. The ability to trade real world events. And not very long ago, we have the 5cc doctrine coming from the CFTC, which put a massive constraint on the pre-existing billion-dollar companies like Kalshi and Polymarket and Gemini or whatever these venues that essentially restricts them from being an overbearing layer on the prediction market space as a concept. Kalshi cannot bleed into the markets that Polymarket is listing, and the same vice versa goes for Polymarket and Kalshi. What this does is creates a siloed system and structure that prediction markets are facing right now today. The entire moat between Polymarket and Kalshi are their own intrinsic markets and their external partnerships and exclusivity that they can grab for their markets. That's what we see in Polymarket being the official prediction market of tennis or whatever, and the official prediction market of the New York Yankees and things of that nature. They're trying to own the event space and have their prediction markets be exclusive of certain world events, which is absolutely fine. Those are $2 billion titans that will continue to hash it out and fight. But what they will never be able to do, and what World Event Trading is not only already owning the search engine traffic behind, and we are best positioned to do, is to be the overbearing, first of all, index designer across every venue objectively, with no favoring to one venue or the other, and ingesting all of the prediction market information and standardizing it in relation to the events, which we see with our event dashboard product. Simply, what the event dashboard does is allow people to intuitively navigate real world events without the overhead of navigating the individual siloed markets that exist between Kalshi, Polymarket, Gemini, and X, Y, and Z. People don't really care about that part. They just want to know what are the events happening and where are the venues. What are the events happening and what are the venues that I can participate on, right? Trade on Kalshi takes you to the event, which is pretty cool. Also, you have the news where it's like, okay, what is the chatter happening and where can I participate on the event? So it's taking an event first approach to prediction markets that Kalshi and Polymarket cannot intrinsically instill, because even if they were to do this, they could only aggregate those events towards their intrinsic markets, which makes them biased by default. What we're able to do is be unbiased by default, allow you to navigate events intuitively, and give you the option on what venue you would like to participate your trade on. With even overhead metrics like delta, where it's like, okay, it would be more profitable for you to make this trade on Gemini rather than Kalshi, or make this trade on Polymarket rather than Gemini, or however it goes. So that intuitive real world event navigation with the market and order fulfillment being at the bottom of the stack, given that there is a slew of venues that is up to the user's discretion. The second layer that is untouchable with world event trading, rather than Kalshi or Polymarket or Gemini or these venues, is the indexing of these
Streamer
markets.
U 2026.
Wavy faded Streamer U. This guy. Streamer U 2026. What the second layer of the inevitability that world event trading is looking to inject into the market is the ability for us to index markets from the perspective of reflecting certain worldviews for the use of individuals to skip the manual scouring of markets to reflect their worldview, but rather have ready-made indexes that come with methodology and things that can be backlogged and credibly cited X, Y, and Z to reflect their worldview. And that is what we see here with the indexing. So the indexing is the second layer that is even accrues more to the untouchability that world event trading is providing to the space. So if we go to something like Culture Heat Index is explaining how wide open the culture, awards, and entertainment races are right now. We see that this is a index that is comprised of 36 different markets. We can see that it is mostly exclusively Polymarket, but we see a couple of Gemini predictions in here. We can see the performance of each individual market and the returns from the inception of this index. We can see and navigate the methodology behind this index, understanding how is this index comprised, what does this reflect, what is the theme, and things of that nature. So if we go here, we'll open up the methodology. And this is what it explains, right? Gives you the whole methodology behind it. But what this allows you to do is a one-stop shop to this reflecting a single worldview perspective. And if that index aligns with the perspective you believe, then you can ideally in the future, which is in our roadmap, which don't credit me exactly on this, I am only the visionary of the company. Ideally, this would be, you would be able to then invest in this index, whether that's one by one through each poly market and reflecting this portfolio and then just tagging it. But you should be able to invest in this index rather than investing in one of these markets individually. Invest in the entire conglomerate of markets and see your returns, right? Where it's like, okay, since inception, it's down 1%. And then that's natural with trading. If you're a trader, you understand that. Let's go to something that is more profitable in this very moment, right? Let's go to something like the Fed Path, right? The Fed Path is up 19% since the inception of this indice. And what is the Fed Path? This is a pretty diverse index spanning Polymarket and Kalshi, almost equivalent, equally, right? With most of the holdings being well in profit. Where if you invested in one of these markets individually, you would only be up 1%, 6%, 77%. But we see some holdings that are up 77%, 66%, 46% in this entire 10 market index that is being held. I give my dog bones. I give my dog these like bones, right? And it's like she is a literal lunatic and she'll just eat the entire thing in one sitting. This is why she can't have bones. But yeah, so it is a pretty unique concept if you are able to understand what prediction markets are, what they reflect in the market, and what opportunity they unlock. Then you better understand what the value is behind having an objective indexing designer in the space that allows you to intuitively navigate all world events, and then also gives you the second layer of being able to inject your own worldview and match you with indexes that reflect that worldview. So yeah, that is world event trading. That is what we're aiming to do, and the roadmap is now the focus. The product is in place. The product is in place. I know what I want the value to the consumer to be. We also understand the value to more in industrial consumers, right? Business consumers, where we will be holding the information to be able to tell the certain worldviews that were placed at certain times that are that are profitable over certain time horizons and certain sectors, right? We have all of these worldview hashes, so we're able to identify while still protecting the privacy of the individual, but containerizing the worldview and understanding the profitability of what certain sectors and what indexes that worldview reflects and how profitable it is at the time being. So industry and like industrial, or what is the word for it? Institutions can use this data to understand the sentiment of people and have the metric of profitability to show accuracy and have that time-stamped information. So the institutional data layer is extremely rich. And where we really win is by being the first choice for the average consumer and not explaining prediction markets from a perspective of needing technical analysis, but rather taking on the burden in-house of understanding the worldview of an individual and doing all of the analysis with the compositions of the indexes and then matching the two. Given our worldview algorithms and giving our index designing algorithms, we're able to match this worldview with these indexes, and then we can see how proficient or profitable that worldview is given the indexes. And that is just a flywheel that will be self-evolving and self-healing as time goes on. So, I mean, there is an institutional value layer. There's a consumer value layer. And I think if we really take it serious, right? If we really take prediction markets serious, prediction markets are not something to be seen as a circumvention of betting or gambling. Even with trading stocks, you could create the narrative that stock trading is gambling. And gambling is a practice held by the individual, not a practice held by the event. You could gamble in anything in life. You could gamble by drinking and eating certain foods. What prediction markets are not a circumvention of gambling, but rather a injection of opportunity. And that opportunity is the ability to profit off of your worldview, of your assumption of the future, which is the same we see of stock trading. If you believe a certain price for a company that maybe you love is going to continue to grow, if you see that San Pellegrino has a very low stock price and you love San Pellegrino, you can invest in that company's you can invest in the company to prosper over a future time horizon and be rewarded for that decision, which is not gambling. That is an opportunity for you to profit off of your future time horizon in the same way that prediction markets allow you that same ability, right? So if we were to create my worldview together, let's create a worldview. Where do interest rates go from here? Me as an individual, I am being asked what my worldview, what my belief is. Do I believe that interest rates cut sooner, or do I believe that they go higher for longer? My personal view is interest rates go higher for longer, but I'm not certain. I'm pretty sure, but this isn't my domain. Macro and finance is not necessarily my specialty. Geopolitics, right? How does the world order hold? Do corporations continue to hold world order, or does the world continue to fragment? I believe that corporations will not let go of the hold that they have for the world order. I'm not certain about it, but I'm more than unsure. And so what this is doing, as we can see, is building my worldview index. This is building my own intrinsic perspective of the world. And we can see the indexes at the top start to reflect these choices. And not only whether it's agreeance or disagreeance, but the metered understanding of strongly disagree, unsure, and X, Y, and Z to even better reflect my true worldview. How fast does AI change work? I am 100% sure AI reshapes work this decade within the next 10 years with 100% certainty. As we can see, It is reflected here. Where does institutional trust go? I think trust keeps eroding. How does energy transition play out? I don't think fossil fuels outlast forecast. I think the transition accelerates. Who owns the narrative? I think creators continue to own the narrative rather than legacy media. I'm almost certain of that. Does crypto become infrastructure? I'm pretty sure crypto continues to grow and become infrastructure, but I'm not certain of it, right? And so as we see, right, this is the future we expect. My strongest convictions run through technology and culture, which fully makes sense. I just, with you live, injected my own personal worldview in this very elementary, small example of what it is to build my own worldview index on the World Event Trading site. This matched me with 7 positions across 6 domains, and then I'm being prompted, hey, join the waitlist in order to keep this moment. Keep this in your dashboard. But these indexes at the top are the true indexes that best reflect my worldview. So I could invest in the culture heat index. I could invest in the political turmoil index. I can invest in the AI race index given my intrinsic worldview, which comes with its own recognition and its own hash in the world that we see reflected here. If I was to go to my portfolio, I can see my worldview index visual representation here, and I can see my own intrinsic worldview hash here, which is a hyper personalized hash given your exact inputs, given how much input you've given the exact answers you've given, completely intrinsic to yourself and the portfolio that reflects it. It's pretty beautiful, right? It is a pretty high level new concept into the world, which allows you, and I can't emphasize this enough, what this unlocks is the ability for an individual to turn their perspective into a portfolio that they could then profit off of, because world events are now containerized into event peer-to-peer contracts. So if I believe that my other peer is underpricing a probability for a future event that I am more sure of than I see the probability reflecting, then I can invest in the probability growing, and then the profit then comes, which is beautiful, which is such a high level dystopian kind of unlock that the financial world has never seen. Prediction markets are introducing a new financial layer that has never been seen before. Because what is the biggest thing that we see in the news, between people, between media, is the clashing and the argument of whose perspective is correct, who's right, who's wrong, who is kind of right, who's kind of wrong, who is infinitely right from so far away, who could see the future from the furthest away, etc. But the only thing that has come from that up to this point was the egotistical, I'm right. What this allows us now is the argument. The argument is nothing more than a leisure to participate in. Prediction markets and event contracts allow your perspective to be a genuine asset that you are looking to supply and gain profit on, whether you are looking for some extra cash or whatever, however it be. You can truthfully be compensated for the worldview that you hold in the certain intrinsic domain that you are a professional in, which is inexplicably amazing. This worldview is being held by a semiconductor. This worldview is being held by a showrunner in Los Angeles, right? This makes sense that they might be more attuned to culture and awards and things of this nature. This worldview is being held by an energy consultant. It makes sense that the geopolitical, and this worldview is being held by a macro analyst in Chicago. It makes sense that we see more financial things and more AI race. As you can see, that each individual has their own intrinsic worldview hash that is matching them with prediction market indexes that are being designed by us in-house that consolidate all of the individual markets from each siloed venue at a high level, right? World event trading is multiple layers past the simplistic order fulfillment venue. Kalshi and Polymarket are order fulfillment venues and media companies. They are order fulfillment and media. Kalshi and Polymarket invest in throwing events and sponsoring events like UFC, like baseball, like this, like that. Of course, they would sponsor events so that their branding is there, and they can also own that event space so their competitor cannot list markets around said event. Also, boosting their supply. And the supply in a prediction market company is world events. You need things to happen if you want to make event contracts behind them. What they will never be able to do is create an analytical layer behind the entire prediction market space in and of itself. They can only remain in their trading room at all times. Their entire moat is the markets they serve. Our entire moat is the existence of prediction markets in and of themselves, and being able to then create a whole second layer of analysis that is purely based on the individual's worldview. Yeah, man, it is a, it's like, I'm trying to understand how it sounds. How does it sound, right? What I'm explaining will take form more likely in the coming year. And there is, and let me talk to you, chat, because this is where it gets personal, right? Where I'm making this observation and I'm trying to communicate it in the most digestible manner, whether this is a realm or a field that you're aware of or you're not. This, I have, okay. I have this intrinsic ability to recognize patterns. And the longer that I'm alive, the more information is being stored in my mind, and the better that I am at recognizing patterns. But I have a selective attention span. So my focus mainly throughout my entire existence has been in the technology space. So as my focus has been placed in technology, I have seen the same repeated success and evolution stories in technology. It take different forms in different domains across different times. I am with 1000% certainty that what I'm explaining to you will take form and will be a multiple billion-dollar revenue format, whether that is with one company, between other companies, whether it takes form here, whether it takes form there. There is an inevitable place in reality for this product. And I have made multiple observations throughout my life and saw them take form and saw them be successful. And I have not had the ability to bring the idea into fruition. I never had the technical ability. I never had the domain expertise. I never had the discipline. I never had the motivation. I never had the time. I never had the energy. I never had the money. World event trading is a inevitable value add to the sector of technology, that prediction market, to the sector of technology and finance. Technology and finance are crossing at the prediction market space, and world event trading is a inevitable product to exist in that space. The resource that I do not have to bring this into its fullest potential is the money. With the proper resources, I could delegate the proper people and the proper awareness to fully execute this vision to its fullest potential. And what I mean to its fullest potential is building algorithms based on a composition of multiple worldviews and given benchmarks of the proficiency and profitability of those worldviews to build maybe a second layer of institutional products like hedge funds and this and that in between finance and technology. What I have here is the culmination of all of my life experience, all of my life effort, all of the trials and tribulations I have gone through up to this point in my 23 years in life. And it is a bizarre feeling as though you are aware of something that the rest of the world is not only not aware of, but when made aware of it by you, are completely on the wrong side of the probability of it turning into fruition. Me explaining this to most human beings out into the world, me explaining what I have built here out into the world to any typical human being, not only would be hard for them to digest because there are so many layers of understanding that is needed to comprehend what is being built here, but would be almost entirely dismissed. So their probabilities, as if this was a prediction market, would be 1% versus my 99%. So if you were to invest in that 1% probability, right? Like if the masses, since it's peer-to-peer, let's say we have 10,000 people and 9,999 of them are voting no, and I'm the 1% voting yes. You're selling $1 for a cent. Meaning if you put $1,000 on that probability, you're making tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And venture capitalists see that. That's why we have the CEO of Kalshi and Polymarket backing this venture fund called UFO Holdings. And the UFO Holdings aim to fund the second and third layer stack for prediction markets. So I'm trying to get a hold of these people. That's it. Trying to get a hold of these people. Because what they have is the ability to supplement the resources to bring world event trading to its fullest potential. Yes, and what I have is the already rooted domain ownership, search engine traffic ownership, and now what I am looking to dominate is the community the proven community want, but also the proven community recognition of us being in the space already first, because that's the biggest thing in technology. You gotta be first. You gotta be early, you gotta be first, and you gotta be the best. Right now I'm the best. I am early, but the community does not see me as first. They are not even seeing nothing at all. And we have a list of competitors, right? We have a list of competitors in the prediction market space at a whole, right? We got these guys. They're also indexing, okay? Sorcery.money. They're market intelligence, and they're making indexes. We will click on the NBA championship, right? This is an index of prediction markets. They are also an index provider. Their fucking website doesn't work. That's pretty embarrassing, right? Okay, let's look at their index. We see the NFL season projections, right? Okay, we see the schedule, and you want to know something? I see that they're developing their website. I don't really love their website, but it's not for me to love or not. I love that they have the bracket. What the fuck is this, right? I really don't know what the fuck's going on, to be completely honest, right? This is off-season tip-off. Tip-off starts in October. Yep. Countdown. Yep, this makes sense. This all makes sense. This is an index. This is a second layer prediction market product. Okay? Pretty cool. You see the forecast dashboard. You see the oncoming events that are happening. Do I feel like this is the most intuitive way to navigate this, being a user? No, I don't. Show me the index. Show me the index. Show me the index. Where are the index? Right? Let's go here. Show me your indexes. Bitcoin risk index, housing market. Are these indexes? Or are these calculators? Rates, terminal, fear and greed index. Let's look at their fear and greed index. This is a prediction market indexing space, right? And I'm not here to grill it. I'm also relatively navigating it because I do feel like they updated their site and I'm trying to stay on their ass. That's the truth. I want to be better than these people. That's the absolute truth. What they have that I don't is verified profit. This is why I found them. This is why they have had the traffic and the recognition of my attention towards them. They're claiming to have verified returns on their account. Interesting. Okay. Top 1% P&L. Okay, you want to know something? Hey. Listen. These fucking guys, something's going on, okay? They're doing something right? $1 million profit across 2,300 trades of sports and politics is impressive, okay? Impressive as a motherfucker. I don't know how they did this shit. They've been trading on Kalshi since 2024. Shit. Hey, you want to know something? There you go. And they need to scale in on this. I think these people need to be a trading group because it's like, what are you saying? Total documented profit. Every position documented before settlement. Okay. Given that, like, okay, because of that, what product are you providing? Is the product you're providing being accrued? Like, are you saying that the product on this site is the reason for these profits? Right? Can you point me to what your edge is? Or are you a profitable trader and you're looking to open source your trading history, right? I see kind of an overlap in what they're doing. I see kind of an overlap. It's not like they're focused on indexing. It's kind of like they have social proof in the form of profit and they're looking to rotate into a higher level of prediction market product provision, and that being indexing. But that's the thing. They also have a fund. They're looking to be a hedge fund. Sorcerer is a startup hedge fund trading U.S. interest rates, X, Y, and Z across prediction markets. Like, they're a hedge fund, but are you also an index provider? You're also market intelligence for serious traders, proprietary forecast, live positions, and data tools. Interesting. It's like, hey, I don't fucking know. This is a competitor though, and they're crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. Let me fucking tell you, what these motherfuckers have is social proof, alright? $1 million is not a little bit of money. I don't know who this person is. I don't know what type of pockets they got or what's going on or nothing. You know what I mean? But it's not a little bit of money. So hats off to those guys. What's another competitor? We have prediction market funds, okay? This is a higher level indexing competitor. I love what these people are got going on, okay? They don't have a lot of indexes, but what that tells me is the indexes that they do have are intentional. They have beautiful documentation for the methodology behind all these indexes, and effectively, it's like they have two indexes, but inversed, right? Elon wins, Elon loses. Stable, not stable. What they are looking to do is allow you to one click, right? And invest in this index. Invest in the index directly from their site, backed by blockchain ability, blockchain technology, you know? So they're holding the position on the venues themselves in the background, which is tied to your P&L or however that works. But it's just like they want to design the index, and then be the order fulfillment for investing in that index. Genius. Genius. I love these people. I think their UI UX is also a bit ugly. I do not like this newspaper feel, but hey, I am not the founder. I get it. It's all good. I get it. They're very open about their methodology, their calculations. I love that they have no and yes holdings. I love the open price. I love the weighting of it. Will China invade Taiwan? It's like, you know what I mean? Index universe. I love that they have news tied to it. They got a white paper behind it. They got a fucking white paper behind the index, okay? Love this shit. I love it. I love these people. I think they're intentional. I think they're smart. And I fucking see them winning over these people. I do. When it comes to indexing, I see them winning over these people. 100,000%. I see these people winning in the hedge fund space, though. You got $2 million of proven profit, right? That's good. Hey, that's fucking good. Look at me, man. Hey, look at me. That's really good. That's really good. And I think with you trying to do the live positions and the proprietary forecasts and things of that nature, I think you can run one of the biggest and best prediction market hedge funds. Awesome. And so then we get a little more institutional. From past here, these are to consumer level. We get a little institutional here. We have these people, okay? These people aim to improve the liquidity and accessibility of prediction markets. I don't know what the fuck that means. Improving the liquidity and accessibility of prediction markets. And I will say, if we're not talking about the 80% of volume that is owned by sports, 80% of the volume in prediction markets are sports markets. The other 20% is everything else. The politics, the culture, the AI and tech race, the news and things of that nature is only 20% of the volume in prediction markets. So if they're aiming to improve the liquidity and accessibility of prediction markets in those domains, I'm all for it. I have no fucking clue how. You have no information past this. And then they're flexing, hey, but we are raising a $2.5 million pre-seed led by Robot Ventures, New Form Capital, and these motherfuckers. Like, I don't fucking know how they're doing that. I don't know how they're doing that. I don't know who these people are. I don't know what's going on, but with $2.5 million, they will definitely be able to make something shake with whatever they're focused on. Let me tell you. Yeah, give me $2.5 million. I will. Yeah. And we got these people. Again, a little more institutional. Simulate what people believe before you acquire. Simulate what people believe before you announce. Simulate what people believe before you scale. Simulate what people believe before you ship. What does that mean? They're aiming to build simulated populations grounded in real-world behavior and outcomes. Obviously, right? Test a product, price, message, or strategy on the populations that they're simulating. Test your institutional or business level decision on these simulated populations, then predict the outcome before you commit. So they're saying is, don't take the risk of seeing what might work, what could work. Oh, sorry, I'm not even sharing my screen. Don't take the risk on what might work, what could work, what if it works out, what if this goes good, what if this goes bad. What they're providing is the ability to just do a little test run on their simulated populations and see if it works without actually tarnishing the reputation of your business. If I'm being truthful, that is a massive promise, right? Massive promise. Apparently, they believe if you ask people, they'll answer. I believe the same thing. If you simulate them, they'll act. I don't know. It's not feeling like it doesn't feel like they're talking to a person. It feels like they're talking to a business. It feels like these people are talking to a business. But then again, then you got this fucking company that just, what are they talking about? But they're working with Shark Ninja and Spindrift and fucking Breakwater and Profit and Tourist and all these names, right? Like they're working with all types of motherfuckers, right? They're working with these people. I don't know what value they're giving them. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. I don't get it. But it feels like they're talking to corporations, and this looks like a institution value add, and not like a individual person value add. So yeah, looks like they'll get those commercial checks. They'll have money going in. I don't know how I feel about these people, and I also don't know test demand. I don't know how this ties into the prediction market space. I don't know how this ties into the prediction market space. I guess you're making predictions. I don't fucking know. Maybe you use prediction markets as a benchmark. On to the next. The clearing company trade thousands of prediction markets on crypto, politics, sports, culture, and more. A global composable exchange with familiar APIs for trading prediction markets. Permissionless trading protocol. A global composable exchange with familiar APIs for trading prediction markets. That's what they're aiming to be. Built by experts. Tony, CEO. The CEO of this apparently worked at Polymarket, Kalshi, and Figma. The engineer was the head of engineering at Polymarket. The head of product was the head of products markets at Polymarket. So I mean, listen, off the fucking bat, these motherfuckers have money, okay? These motherfuckers have money, they have connections, they have experience. So, they're off to a great start, okay? Let's keep going down the list. Nick, also in engineering, at Polymarket Rainbow and TrueWork, also in engineering. Polymarket in the finance. They got the motherfucker that was working at Uber and Visco. Fucking Visco. What position are they in? Finance. At Visco. Where the fuck did Visco go? And why does Visco have a fucking paywall? My bad, off topic. Sam, legal. Compliance officer at Kalshi. Yeah, hell yeah. That's who you want. That's who you want from the Kalshi team on the legal side. On your legal side, listen, on your engineering and execution and product, I can see Kalshi. On the legal, I can see Polymarket. On the legal side of things, you want whoever was pulling strings at Kalshi. Design. You got the guy working at Rainbow. You just got a couple people from Rainbow. We're taking from the Rainbow bucket, huh? And then design and Dune, Coinbase. Backed by believers, okay? Led by whoever these people are. Can't click on them. With participation from all these other people. So these are all other people that are dumping money into this team. First of all, listen, my thing is, I would not need to even know what your mission statement is. Trade that. I don't give a fuck about your mission statement. Look at this team. Look at this team of 9 people, which are all of these people are coming from positions where they're making 6-figure salaries. Okay? So, I mean, these people made money. These people have experience. These people have done the damn thing. They're objectively successful already. They're coming together. They're coming together, and they are building whatever the fuck this is. The clearing company. All right. Awesome. No, ma'am. Go on the couch. Lay down. They're building whatever this is. Apparently, they've submitted their DCO application to the CFTC. Listen to me, chat. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't even know what that is. Let's read more about it, right? The clearing company announced that it has filed its application with the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission to become a derivatives clearing organization. A derivatives clearing organization is a central clearinghouse that acts as an intermediary for derivatives transactions like futures, options, and swaps. It replaces buyer and seller credit risk through novation, manages collateral and margin requirements, and provides multilateral netting to stabilize financial markets. In the U.S., DCOs must register with and be regulated by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Okay, so let me understand. If I am digesting this correctly, and I could be wrong, prediction markets are strictly peer-to-peer. So if you are looking to be a derivatives clearing organization, then you can effectively provide liquidity on the other side of the peer-to-peer market to allow the market to exist. Is that what's happening? A derivatives clearing organization is a federally regulated clearinghouse that acts as what is a DCO? In the context of prediction markets, treating contracts as derivatives means treating them as financial instruments like swaps or futures rather than casual bets, which is already happening. Acts as a central counterparty. Exactly. They're looking to be a central counterparty, which, help me understand, what is Symbiosis Markets doing, improving the liquidity and accessibility of prediction markets that the clearing company would not be doing? Are they main competitors? Right? Because it sounds like the clearing company is solving that liquidity disparity that Symbiosis has identified, but they're communicating it and leading with social proof saying, hey, we filed the DCO, baby. We're looking to be that motherfucker in this space. We're looking to be the ghost in the machine. If approved, the clearing company would operate the first stablecoin native clearinghouse purpose-built for prediction markets. If approved, the clearing company would operate the first stablecoin native clearinghouse purpose-built for prediction markets, designed to bring this emerging market category fully on-chain and under a regulated framework. Okay, this is a big dog. Is this our competitor? Fuck no. We're not doing nothing that they're talking about right now. Nothing that they're talking about has anything to do with what we're talking about. A team of prediction market veterans, I mean, this is in November, okay, is launching a new platform that will underpin bets on politics, sports, cultures, and other areas. Sounds like a fascinating venture for informed speculation. Prediction markets multiplying like this is a big signal. But what edge are they claiming over Polymarket? Liquidity, user experience, or regulation? Anybody read the details yet? Yeah, bud. Yeah. Let me fucking respond. Watch this. Fuck me. Fuck me. You do not have to worry if the person who took the opposite side of your prediction market will have the money to pay you when the event ends. Yep. Interesting. Okay. But that is our competitor landscape right now. Those are other prediction market space companies that exist, that are well positioned in some way, form, or another. Interesting. Very interesting, I will say. The only one that crosses into the space of world event trading, even remotely, I think is the prediction market fund for the indexing. And even then, they're not.
Me no speak English.
Tu hablo español? Oh, that's wavy faded. Niggas talking about me no speak fucking English. Tu hablo español? Huh? Yo hablo un poquito español. Yo hablo un poquito español.
Si, mucho.
Sí, mucho. Mucho español. Tú es muy bonita. Tú es muy bonita. Tú es muy bonita.
Why too?
¿Y tú? ¿Ah? ¿Y tú? Paquito Saki Saki. ¿Sí? Paquito Saki Saki. ¿Sí? ¿No? ¿Tú? ¿Tú Paquito Saki Saki?
Si.
Wow. Freakazoid, bro. Get this guy. Chat clip that. Chat clip that. Clip that. That is it laid out, okay? That is what's going on. That is it laid out. So, when we look at world event trading, okay? And we pick apart the website just like we picked apart everyone else's website. We pick it apart. All right? World event trading organizes fragmented prediction markets across all venues into indexes representing individual views of the future. Multiple layers there. That's what we're doing. That's what we do. It is the neutral place where people turn their beliefs into trackable portfolios, and where the relationship between worldview and outcome becomes measurable for the first time. I'm being entirely objective. How can we break this apart? Okay. Worldview trading organizes fragmented prediction markets across all venues into indexes representing individual views of the future. Okay, so these indexes should be pretty fragmented. We should have thousands of indexes realistically. If you're claiming that you are an index designer that is designing these indexes to represent individual views of the future, then I want an equivalent white paper level accuracy that we're seeing from something like PMF Finance in relation to these indexes. To be truthful, I need all of them to not only design the index, right, but understanding the index comes with an inverse index, something to fade it, something to say, no, that's not happening. So there should be necessarily thousands of these indexes. And if there's thousands of indexes, then there's really 2,000 indexes because each one would have an inverse. That's what I really need to see, right? I need to see an absolute coverage of these indexes, such a robust and wide index designing layer that the second part becomes true. World event trading is the neutral place where people turn their beliefs into trackable portfolios. Interesting, okay. So I need to not only see robust indexing, but I need to understand how you are grepping the information from the individual in order for them to be matched with a certain index. Which in both of these observations are not being held from the perspective that the core idea is bad. It is being held that, okay, then the execution quality of what you're stating needs to be state of the art, given where the industry is, which I'm confident enough to say is achievable given how early the industry is. It's not that the bar's not that fucking high. It's achievable. I have the engineering experience and ability and capacity to actually execute to the level at which I think any institution or venture capitalist would want to see. We are looking to be we are looking to be where the relationship between worldview and outcome becomes measurable, where worldview and outcome becomes measurable for the first time. If you execute the prior two to the best of your ability, and you have a distribution channel that allows you the volume of participation for these metrics to be substantial, then yes, you will be where the relationship between worldview and outcome becomes measurable for the first time. Just need the resources to do it. I think that this is talking less to institutions and more to the consumer. I do. I think we are talking less to institutions and more to the consumer. And the reason for that is because I feel as though our institutional value add is so undeniable that the moat relies in the participation of people in volume. We're not providing infrastructure to the necessary prediction market components necessarily. Prediction markets will continue to move without us. But the customer experience won't be as good. That is what we're providing. We are providing a better customer experience for prediction markets with our two products, the event dashboard and the worldview dashboard. Just those two products alone. That's a lot of yapping. It's an hour straight of yapping. And that is what we're looking to do with these streams. What I'm looking to do is scale back on the segments of deep work, scale back on the segments of leisure, and not necessarily scale back. Let me redact that statement. I need to be more intentional with the first part of the stream, encapsulating the message that I'm trying to convey for streaming in the first place. And the whole thing is, I am a real founder, a real person with a real idea working on something real. And the reason that my idea with World Event Trading is so perfect for the founder that I am is because I am a real person and a real prediction market user that has been aware of prediction markets far before their blow up in the last year, and I understand where they're going. Also, I am a trader that has been trading futures way longer than I've been trading prediction markets. I've made tens of thousands of dollars trading futures in the stock market well before prediction markets. Tens of thousands of dollars. So when it comes to technical analysis, financial instruments, and trading, that is second nature to me, truly, when it comes to that field. I am applying that expertise and understanding to prediction markets, assuming the same growth and embeddedness that futures added to the stock market. Understanding that this is an entirely new asset class. An entirely new asset class. Like crypto is an entirely new asset class. World events in event contracts have unlocked an entirely new asset class. And what is that asset class? Real world events. Real world events are now a tradable asset class backed by the CFTC, enabled by event contracts. That is a massive economic ad, a massive economic instrument. Massive. So yes, my name's Corbin V. King, and I am the founder and chief technical officer of World Event Trading. And we are aiming to be the organized prediction market across all venues, and indexing those markets into reflecting worldviews. Yes, it's a very beautiful system that is being built here, and I'm excited to see this product evolve in the coming weeks and months and years. What needs to happen now? Where is my focus now? My focus now is building that distribution channel. My focus now is building this distribution channel. Ideally, the entire distribution channel looks something like this, right? Where I can stream, post on X, Y, Z, and I use AI to trickle these videos down into short form, long form, and however it goes, so that I can post consistently across all media verticals. Categorizing the media verticals, understanding what my top funnel verticals are, like Instagram and Twitter, what my mid funnel verticals are, like YouTube and Spotify, and what my catch is. Right now being WAP for the community aspect that is still being ideated upon a bit. So yes, distribution is the most important factor right now. I need to make the world aware of world event trading. I just need to make product videos and own the value that we are aiming to provide, and have people interested, have people show true interest into the product so that we can provide it. That is the vibe. That is the vibe. That is the vibe. So if you guys are down to follow along in this journey, please follow up, hit a like, comment, make yourself known. If you want more information, if you want to be on that wait list, please go to worldevent.trading.com and sign up for this wait list. We're on Product Hunt. We're going to be on Reddit. We're getting this distribution channel set up so that it is not only the website you interact with, but the entire media arm of the business. I want to be a real information provider to the prediction market space from the focus of indexes and not individual markets, which we're not seeing in the market at all right now. We do not see a coverage media focused on the index and the world views of individuals in relation to prediction markets, but we do see the kind of copy and paste headline direct market to invest in, which kind of gives sway to that betting feel that prediction markets are encased in right now, with the 80% being led by sports and X, Y, and Z. But what World Event Trading is looking to do is be a traditional media provider for the financial instrument that are prediction markets, with individual markets being the evidence and indexes being the story. World Event Trading organizes fragmented prediction markets into indexes representing competing views of the future. Build your personalized worldview dashboard around the thesis you believe. Then track the evidence supporting each view, the evidence contradicting it, and whether the markets are moving toward or away from the future you expect. World Event Trading is building a living mathematical map of how people around the world understand the future. Thousands of wet indexes create a standardized coordinate system for competing worldviews. Let me say that again. Thousands of wet indexes create a standardized coordinate system for competing worldviews. Each user's selected indexes form a time-stamped worldview portfolio. As markets resolve and real-world outcomes unfold, world event trading measures which combinations of beliefs were early, calibrated, resilient, or consistently wrong, and what those belief systems reveal about future economic, political, cultural, and social change. What I'm building here is a lot bigger than what I am realizing. Okay? What I am synthesizing here on top of this financial instrument mixed with socioeconomics is a lot bigger than I'm recognizing. That is why this is the first venture where I know I am better put at coordinating the vision and allocating resources. So I'm looking to raise with angel investors, venture capitalists, and X, Y, and Z so that we can coagulate resources around this vision to really bring it into fruition. And with an asset like this, I think, and I truly believe within me, we will be able to build systems, get access to information, synthesize algorithms, and see data that allows us to understand the socioeconomics between what characters hold certain perspectives in certain domains that are often provably right and correct, and that will allow us to make better decisions as a community. Understand that, hey, this subclass of people oftentimes have profitable perspectives so that their opinions are legitimately more beneficial, legitimately and consistently provably more beneficial to be weighted with our future decision making. That is a very powerful understanding that I just came to as I was speaking. Pretty powerful shit. Pretty cool. Love it. Love it really bad. Show me what you got. This is how it feels. This is what I'm constructing, and this is how it feels. It feels like the Earth is a stage. It feels like the Earth is a stage. And it feels like all of these world events are unfolding, and I want world event trading to effectively report on them and cover them from an outside alienated perspective, as if the entire world in itself is simply an event generating asset for the data in which what people hold what worldview and where is that worldview proficient and profitable and where is it not, so that we can have a true verifiable baseline on who should shut the fuck up and who is right and has an edge in their worldview. No more arguing. Everyone has an opinion, and you have a right to that opinion, and there should be no push to change a person's opinion if we all tie our opinion to a financial instrument in which your opinion either depreciates or appreciates. So you can change it if you want, depending on those two. Show me what you got. All right. So when we get back, I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to take a 5-minute break and walk my dog, I think. When did I walk her? I got back at 2. What we're doing today is focusing on the distribution channel. That's the whole vibe. Focus on the distribution channel a bit, and we're going to strengthen the code base a bit. So give me a second to get my brain right after a long tangent, throw on some tunes, and I will be back in like 5 minutes. All right? Sing it. We're gonna throw in some copyright tunes. Copyright free tunes. Alright? Boys, I will be right back. Alright? Be right back, be right back.
explore a vast catalog of millions of songs without hearing ads, or download your playlists to listen to them anywhere. You can also play your favorite songs in any order. Your audio, your control. Tap the banner to learn more.
Bring the beats with Premium. Download and bring your music anywhere so you can dance to high-quality music without hearing ads. Mix up your playlist with song recommendations from Smart Shuffle, or take total control of your listening with repeats. Experience music without limits. Tap the banner to learn more.